Welcome, everyone.
Yeah,
we're not.
I
Why'd
know.
you say
I just want to
that?
see what you did.
Go.
Hey,
Just
we're
go.
excited to be
Just
here
go.
today. This is fun, man. Say something
Yeah,
fun.
this is fun. We're going for organic opening. Really authentic, not pre-scripted. We just want to.
Did it work?
So, hey, everyone. Let's join us here for Leading Hope. My name's VJ Williams. I'm here with my friend and pastor, Kevin Jack. We just want to give you the best leadership content every week. Everyone has 20 minutes to become a better leader. Make it count. If you would subscribe, rate, review, it would mean the world to us to get that information out. It is the way. Share this podcast right now. We're live every Wednesday at 11:30, and podcast releases on all podcast platforms on Thursday. How was that? How did I do?
That was really good, man.
It felt really organic.
It did. You did really well. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Today is episode 85, which is we're in a new kind of format where we're trying to have some more dialogue than just content up front, which has been fun, actually.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And today you have entitled this one, Staying Positive.
Staying positive.
Are you feeling positive today?
Kinda.
Okay.
But we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Just as a note, if you are listening or watching for the first time, this is VJ. I'm Kevin. I just switched roles. I don't want someone to get 30 minutes in and be like, what is happening?
That
Well,
is,
only 15 minutes in because we only go for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So every year I get away with a group of pastors, and it's one of those things that, like, I don't know, some of the stories make their way to the surface. It's kind of a group that you have a strong connection with, you've been through life with, and some of the same, like, principles and quotes get shared every year. And every single year, I've done this now for 4 years with the same group of pastors. Every single year, eventually someone will say this quote. I don't know who it originally came from, but the statement is that the number one job of a senior leader is to stay encouraged. The number one job of a senior leader is to stay encouraged. And every single year I write it down. And every single year since the first year, I've thought, oh, I've heard that before, but I don't remember that. Like, I don't stay focused on that. And so we're going to unpack that for just a second. And so here's the idea is, like, when I first heard that, I was like, is the number one job the most important thing that a senior leader can do to stay encouraged? Like, there's a lot of stuff that's got to get done.
Yeah.
Like, there's people that need hired. There's people that probably need fired. There's all these different personnel things. There's projects that need managed. There's vision that needs cast. There's plans that need to be made. And so to go,
That's a list.
yeah, that was a
list.
just off the top
Yeah.
of my head of the things, not the people fired, just to be clear, but the things on my mind that need to be done. Sorry, our staff member just gave me a really funny look behind the camera on the backside. You're good. I'm serious. That was just a joke on that. And so there's this sense of to go, like, really, my most important job is to stay encouraged. But from the first time I heard it, I sat and thought about that. And these were my realizations. And I want to get these notes precise. That if I am not encouraged, everything I do will be diminished. I'll cast vision that isn't compelling, that I don't really believe in. I'll communicate in a way that is tense and ungrateful, and I'll cultivate an environment that is discouraged. And so it's this reality of we produce not what we want, but we reproduce who we are. You're not going to get your kids won't do what you say. Your kids will do what you model. Your employees, your team, your staff will go far more based upon your behavior and your attitude than anything that you teach, instruct, or even reward. Yeah. And so it's to say we reproduce who we are. And so if who we are is discouraged, tired, fatigued, exhausted, lacking vision, that is going to have a significant impact on everything that we do. So here's my desire for today. We're going to get into some practical pieces. First, we're going to talk for just a second. But my ultimate desire for today is that you would hear that, and that for leaders and for senior leaders, that you would be able to see your most important role is to stay encouraged. If you are discouraged, that's a problem. And no one else can keep you encouraged other than yourself. Or maybe let me say it like this a little more clear. you are solely responsible for your level of encouragement. Others around you may be able to help that, but if you are discouraged, it is up to you to change that. Now, I want to take just a second because we're both like, this is staying positive.
Yeah.
We're both pretty positive.
Yeah.
But that is far more, that's far less personality and more intentionality.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable with that statement?
Yep.
And so there are significant levels of discouragement that we deal with.
Oh, significant is correct.
Significant
Yeah.
is correct. So just for me briefly, like we're coming out of, we have denominational obligations that we're a part of every year. And this is, I just say it as one of the statements that always guides me is that when the when the pace of change within the organization is less than the pace of change outside the organization, the end is near. If the world is changing faster than your organization is, it's in trouble. And so our denomination moves really slow. And so every year when I come out of these times where we spend significant time with those in our denomination, I'm just as discouraged as it gets. Now, we had breakfast together today, so that helped.
Yeah.
That was good.
It was good. Real good.
But like it's one of those things that I just go, hey, don't ask me for anything this week. Don't try to start a new initiative. Like you just need to know this is my hanging on by a thread week every year.
Yeah. Every week you're coming in hot. Not this one.
Not this week. This week I'm coming in cold, coming in low, coming in cranky.
But that's the realness of the of what's required, right? We're not allergic to being discouraged.
Oh, that's a good phrase.
Like we can be discouraged. There are things that will happen in any given week, in any rhythm that we set. We talked about that podcast. We talk about it a lot, setting rhythms. Mm-hmm. We are not going to find ourselves in a rhythm that does not come with discouragement.
Yeah.
The opportunities that we have at the end of the day is, what are you going to do about it?
So let me ask you this, just for a note. What do you find, for me, I was talking with some other people just even today, and they were saying, hey, what is most encouraging to you? And I'd just say autonomy.
Yeah.
Like autonomy, and that I can move at the pace that I want to move.
Yeah.
When I am not given, and sometimes I'll like try to talk to our team and our staff and to go, like the best thing anyone could do for me is to go, we want to hit this target. We'll talk to you again when we hit it.
Yeah.
Like I want that level of autonomy. And so sometimes I coach our staff are like, hey, if you need checkpoints, you need to tell me.
Right.
Because when people get in my way, I find it incredibly frustrating that it slows down. And so when that happens, I find myself really discouraged. What for you? What's most discouraging?
I think it's actually I'd hate to be unoriginal, but it's very similar to that, right? It's the fact that if we have goals, no matter if they're long-term, short-term, whatever those goals are, and we get to the end of the goals, and that's the first update that I get to hear that I'm probably not going to make it.
Yeah.
Like I could have known that. We could have adjusted things in your schedule, my schedule, both schedules. We could have found help over here. We could have, you know what I mean? But not knowing at the end, that's really discouraging me. It's like, because I'm in my heart, I'm going, man, do they really want to? Yeah. They really want to get there, or is it just, you know what I mean? So that's discouraging to me.
So you're saying like when you don't accomplish what you set out to accomplish and you could have accomplished it.
Right. Or if you can't, we can make adjustments along the way and help move that and change the direction in the middle of it, instead of waiting till the end and finding out what we tried to accomplish just wasn't going to happen. That's discouraging to me.
Yeah. Hey, just so we share these things. I'm going to pull in comment from Abby Walls. Said, I get discouraged when I don't feel valued or feel like I'm just spinning my wheels. With you, Abby, 100 times over and over. And I would just want to take a second within this to share to you, to go like, man, we do this for 20 minutes once a week. You know how difficult it is to manufacture energy for 20 minutes once a week? Not hard at all. Yeah.
Nope.
You're going to do a live buy.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah. Let's do it.
This is not all the time. Now, I'll be clear. This is a lot of the time.
Yeah, it is.
Like I don't live my life at a low level of energy. I don't live my life at a low level of enthusiasm. And so, but to acknowledge discouragement is there. And if you're going to stay encouraged, it's not necessarily a personality thing. It is you are intentional. So I want to throw out some things because biggest thing, I want you to hear that. Your most important role is to stay encouraged. If you're not, everything else you do will have diminishing returns. But to give you some practical things that I do, that we do, V, I'm going to throw a couple of these out. I'm just going to give you a chance to talk on them. I got 5 of them, okay?
Sure.
So I'm
Yeah,
going to roll these off real fast, and then we'll see what we want to hit, and then you can count us out on time. So here's my quick ones on how to stay encouraged. And this isn't just like, for me, like prioritize yourself, do this, because I think those can be taken to extremes where they no longer mean what it was supposed to mean. I'm looking for practical things, disciplines, habits that help me stay encouraged. So here's my couple. First off, make it fun. I don't care if it is fun. I'm going to figure out a way to make it fun. If I'm having a meeting that is boring, I'm going to do it at a restaurant and eat food that I like. If I'm going to have something that I don't want to be a part of, I'm going to make jokes and prolong the meeting because that makes it more fun on my end.
Yeah.
Make it fun. Second one, stay connected to purpose. Always be clear on why you're a part of it to begin with. It can help you get through all the stuff that you dislike because you see what you're accomplishing. One of my biggest ones is count the positive. So much we dwell on all the things that are going wrong. And you have to go literally. How many things are going right?
Yeah.
I'm going to count these instead of all the things that are wrong. Recharge. We talked about this last week. Don't live in leisure. Don't live in just passing the time. Know what activities recharge you, give you energy, and do those. And then one of my biggest ones is honestly to know when you need to be at 100. My tendency is to pack my schedule as full as it possibly can, and I feel like, oh, then I'm getting a ton done. And the thing that I have to be constantly aware of is not all of my activities, not all of my work is equally important. And so if I fill my day, but then I'm only at 60% at the thing that matters most, I have wasted my time in all those other areas. I need to know what activities I need to be at 100 at and make sure I'm protecting my time on that. And that helps me stay encouraged because I know I'm at my best when I need to be at my best. That was a couple. V, anything?
Well, I just want to talk. I think these are fantastic. I want to talk about the count the positive. I think that is so underutilized in organizations, much like ours, to be honest with you, where the pace seems to be only increasing, never decreasing. And so it's when you're in an organization that's moving as fast as we are week to week and season to season, it's easy for us to, and we're always trying to get better. And I think we do.
Yep.
For sure. But it's easy for you to say, to see all the problems instead of counting the positives and all the things that you've already, accomplished in the seasons that you're in. And so, man, talk more about how that changes the dynamic of a team.
Oh, so first off, let me put a plug. Can I put a plug for myself?
Absolutely. Yes.
But the desire here is to be helpful.
We need one of those bells.
Is to go,
like, plug.
ding,
Can we get that? Can we get that?
Did it. Maybe if people are just listening on audio, I feel like I really nailed that sound effect.
We need Matt Scruggs and Michael Mosley to get it done.
So we're doing a series on the weekends here at Be Hope called How to Be Blessed, the acknowledgement that we are all blessed. And one of the messages that we did just a couple weeks ago, I don't have the date on it for when it was uploaded, but it's titled How to Count. And it really gets at the spiritual component of that idea that we are automatically drawn to the negative, to what is pessimistic, and to what isn't working. And you could have 99 things in your life that are going right, and yet your mind is drawn and dwells on the one thing that is going wrong. And that reality of understanding, as we talk about it in the weekends, that you are blessed.
Yeah.
Here we're using the context of staying encouraged, is learning to count strategically the things that will lift your spirits. I'm not saying be blind to the things that are wrong.
Yeah, no. Yeah. No, that's exactly right. Donnie, our guy, Donnie, tuned in. Yeah, I love Donnie. He says, so true on counting the positives. I have a habit of self-inflicted pain because I only see the negative impact I've had on my people instead of the positive moments I've had with them.
Oh, that's good.
That's fantastic. That's really what it is. And as a mindset shift on a weekly basis, and I know this sounds silly, but man, if you start your day out thinking of all the things that you are, to plug again, that you are blessed with, you will find it so much easier to help people see the positive in the day than all the things that you have to fix.
Yeah. So if I could just give this last thought. Are we about out of time?
We've got about 5 minutes.
Oh, okay, good. So maybe this second or third to last thought. There we go. On there is to say, picture it like this. You roll out of bed, you wake up in the morning, and you are fatigued, you're worn out, you're already mad at the world. You don't even know why. Like, we've all had these days. We understand that. The days that a strong cup of coffee is not going to fix your emotional outlook on the world. And I just want to ask you to go, okay, so if you just roll through it and you go, oh, I got to do this and this and this and this and this. What is the outcome? What is the impact of all those activities you're going to engage in? So could I just tell you? I'm going to yell at my kids when they're getting ready. I'm going to go to work in a bad mood. I'm going to send my kids during the school year off to school in a bad mood, and that's going to have a ripple effect. I'm going to create toxicity in our work culture. I'm never going to fully engage and do my best work, and I'm going to come home at the end of the day, and I'm going to be frustrated that I didn't do good work. My kids are going to have a bad day because of the outcome that I set on them from that morning, and then our evening's going to be a mess. And there's this piece of to go. I'm not saying get back in bed and go back to sleep because it's all a wash. But I am saying this. What if we learned practices, habits, we were self-aware enough to go, I'm discouraged. I need to take 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I need to take an hour. I don't care what it is. I'm not saying the length of time matters. Obviously, shorter would be better because there's other stuff to do.
Yeah.
But to go, hey, pause and go, I need to start encouraged.
Yeah.
And that is the most important thing I can do. The number one job of a senior leader or any leader is to stay encouraged, and no one else is responsible for that other than you.
I wish I could pull up some of those podcasts that we've done in the past and remember which one it was, but we talked about that. Don't walk into the meeting discouraged.
Yeah. Oh,
Don't walk into the meeting room, whatever you're as a leader walking into with your teams, whoever you're addressing. Don't walk in discouraged. Go to the bathroom. Go back to your office. Go back in your car. Go wherever you need to go and get positive.
Listen to Celebrate by Kool and the Gang.
There you go.
Listen to Happy by Pharrell. I don't care. Like, pick one, whatever it is.
But talking about the series we're in, because this leads right into this. Like, we aren't allergic to being negative, but find your place getting into a positive mindset. Our praise is louder than our need.
That's good.
And that's a place that we.
I mean, I said it, but it's good. So it's okay that I affirm that I first said it.
You did say it.
Yeah. I mean, it was good.
I thank you. Appreciate it.
I felt a little vain that I was affirming the thing that I had.
I feel positive now.
Good. Man, me too.
Yeah, so good. I can't wait.
Me too.
So this day's going to be great.
Oh, it's already
I thought there
great.
was so much going to be not great today, and now it's going to be great. Serious.
Oh,
We've got all this stuff we have to do today, but today, after this podcast, I'm feeling energized, renewed, and ready to go.
Just say it like, all right, so how often in my life I have started at the beginning of the day, looked at my calendar, and gone,
Yep.
oh, this day's going to suck.
Yep.
Oh, this day is going to be the worst. I am already tired.
15 more minutes of sleep.
Why would I think anything good is going to come out of that day if that's my outlook when it starts?
That's it. That's right.
Of course it's all going to be terrible. So,
man, what a fun episode. We started off rough. It was a little bit negative there, and then we ended on a positive note, man.
Yep.
How good is that? Wrap up 85.
So,
staying positive.
Number one job of senior leader is to stay encouraged. This is not a matter of personality. This is a matter of intentionality. Woo. Take time to be encouraged today.
Come on. Thank you guys so much for joining us. If you're new to the podcast or haven't yet subscribed, it would mean the world to us if you did that now. Also, post about it, rate and review. You won't believe how that helps get this podcast in the hands of so many more leaders like you. It really does matter. If you're on Apple, if you're watching or listening on podcasts there, if you guys hit that subscribe and then just hit a review and type something in there, it actually helps that go to the top of leadership podcast list so more people can check it out. We love hearing your stories of how the podcast is working in your life or business. If you have a story, visit leadinghope.online and send that to us. We would love to hear from you. And remember, everyone has 20 minutes to learn to become a better leader. Make it count.